today we are going to be working on lesson 6.3. 6.3. And this is the partial quotients algorithm. So go ahead and write that at the top of your page. I really like this way to think about dividing. I wish I would have learned this when I was in 4th grade. Okay, so go ahead and pause right here if you need to finish writing that down. I'm going to start us off with a problem to kind of put some real-world context into this to get started. Okay, so let's take a look at this question here. That how many days are there in 30 weeks? How many weeks are there in 98 days? And I've already got my charts set up right here. So I just want you to watch me as I think about this one. I'm going to make sense of the problem. We've got how many days are there in 30 weeks? Well, here I have 30 weeks. Days per week, well, I know there's 70 days per week. So how many total? And this is a multiplication problem. So I have 7 times 3 is 21, and then 1 0. So that was an easy one. I could use my extended facts in order to solve that. So this first answer, how many days are there in 30 weeks, is 210 total days. But as we look into the second question here, how many weeks are there in 98 days? We have our total number of days. We still know there's 7 days in a week, but here is our unknown right here. So we're going in reverse. We're doing 98 divided by 7, okay? So I'm going to show you a different way to think about this. You ask yourself, how many 7s go into 98? So now I want you to make sure you pick up that pencil and follow along with me. Okay, so we're doing 98 divided by 7. Okay, so I want to use some friendly numbers, and I'm going to just jot down some multiples here that I know to help me with this problem. So for example, 7 times 10 I know is 70. So that means then 7 times 20 is twice that amount. 7 plus 7 is 14. Or 7 times 2 is 14. 140. If I want to add another 10 then, 7 times 30 would be 210, and so on. And these kind of just help me to keep track of those multiples. So then with the partial quotients algorithm, I'm going to do this big long tail right here, and I'm going to keep track of my different partial quotients, and then I'll add them all up just like we did with that partial products algorithm. Okay, so I have 98 days that I need to share out 7 equal groups. Okay, so I know that 70 is a close number to 98. When I went to 20, 7 times 20 is 140. It's too many. So I'm going to start off with this first one here. 7 times 10 equals 70. So I'm going to share out 10 into each group. Remember, I've got 7 groups right here. And I'm going to share out 10 into each of those. So 7 times 10 is 70. So if you're following along with me in your notebook, I've got 8 minus 0 right now. I need to figure out how many left I have to share. So right now I'm going to subtract what I've already shared out. So I put 10 into each group. So now I have 28 left to share. Well, I know 7 times 4 is equal to 28, so I have 4 left I can put into each group. 7 times 4 is 28. So now I've shared out all of my different total of 98 days. So here are my different partial quotients right here. So 10 plus 4 is 14. So when I look back at how many weeks is equal to a total of 98 days, it was 14 weeks. So 14 times 7 is equal to 98. So when I'm looking back here, I've got 14. Okay, so let's try this again with a different type of number. So pause right here if you need a little bit more time to jot that down. I'm going to go ahead and erase. This time, let's go ahead and share out 127 into 7 equal groups. So just like we did before, you might think about, well, I know 7 times 10 is 70. That means 7 times 20 is 140. Okay, that's already going to get me too many. So I'm going to go ahead and stop right there. I'm going to start off again with my 7 times 10 is equal to 70. So when I'm dividing 127 into 7 equal groups, I can put 10 into each group. 7 times 10 is 70. I'll subtract the difference to figure out how much more I have left to share. 7 minus 0 is 7, and 12 minus 7 is 5. So I have 57 left to share. Well, I know a basic math fact, 7 times 8 is 56. That gets me really close here to 57. So I've got 7 times 8 is 56. Oops, 56. And then I have 1 left over. So as I'm looking here, I know I can't break 1 into 7 equal groups. So this is what we call a remainder. Okay, so I've got 10 that I shared out, 8 that I shared out, so I can add these two together, and I've got 18 with a remainder of 1. So that's my answer for 127 divided by 7. Okay, so go ahead and pause right here if you need a couple more minutes to jot down that work. Okay, you might have noticed there's lots of different ways that you could have done this. I could have put in 7 4 times 28, and I just subtract. There's lots and lots and lots of different ways that you can solve using the partial quotients algorithm in different ways. But either way, you're going to get that same answer. Okay, so let's go ahead and do one more. And this time I want you to give it a try on your own. And when you're done, you can unpause. So let's do 184 divided by 8. Okay, so I'm putting 184 into 8 equal groups right there. Okay, so pause right here and give it a try. Remember to get yourself some multiples here on the side that are friendly that will help you. All right, friends, so I hope you've paused. Now you're checking for understanding right here. I know that 8 times 10 get me 80. I know that 8 times 20 then will get me 160, which is pretty close here. 8 times 30, no, 8 times 3 is 24, and then my 0. So I'm going to go ahead and stop right here and use this number because it's pretty close to my dividend right there. Okay, so I'm going to share out 20 into each group because I know 8 times 20 is 160 right here. Okay, so as I go on, I've got 24 left to share. Well, I know 8 times 3 is 24. Okay, so I've got 20 plus 3, or 23 right there. So 184 put into 8 equal groups is 23. All right, friends, thanks for watching. Make sure to fill out that exit ticket below. We'll see you later. Bye.